I wonder if it gives me a countdown. Hey guys, welcome to the Get a Clue Marketing Show. This is David D. Happy New Year 2017. And this is going to probably be my last video of 2016. So I wanted to talk about, I just had this in my ear to see if the mic was working. So I wanted to talk about going into 2017. By the way, are you guys ready for that? I'm not sure. How ready can you be, right? Well, I'm gonna show you something that I've had back in the 1990s. I think it was my first corporate job. I was in the marketing department, and when we had these evaluations at the beginning of the year, they'd always talk about these SMART goals, okay? And I said, okay, that's kind of comical, acronym that they can all get behind as a corporate body and leadership, okay? Let's just make it simple and SMART, right? So they came up with this acronym called SMART goals, which basically stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely, okay? What that basically means is it possible for you to reach that goal? Because that's basically the first initial stage of, writing yourself some goals, okay? And, so I just wanted to talk to you about that going into 2017. Now, this is for marketing, okay? Not how many people, now in my experience of over, 25 years or so in marketing and watching businesses flail around, and they put advertising and marketing last on their budget, okay? It's almost like the grass and the lawn goes ahead of the marketing and advertising budgets, okay? In some, not all businesses do this, but some of them, I would say the top 10% of businesses know how to use 15 to 25% of their budget for marketing, okay? But that's a whole nother story and episode on, marketing budgeting, okay? But we're talking about goals here, and, around this time, I've always had, since I've been self-employed, usually take the 2 weeks of December off in the last 2 weeks of the year, just so I can figure out, where I'm going, what am I going to do in the upcoming year and stuff like that. One of the things I did that I have not done in a while is write down some commitments, committing to doing live broadcasts on YouTube, okay? Committing to, helping more people out, getting more subscribers to help out and things like that about, marketing and things. But you have to be committed, and I think that's a lost art in today's society, today's culture. I mean, people don't want to, put in the time and effort. And let's face it, a lot of people, they don't have the time, and they don't have. So this is why it's important to watch videos that are instructional so that you can get a clue on what to do. Here, look, I got my little, see, you can see that from the side. My little magnifying glass to get a clue. Marketing show. Thanks. That we're live. I'm David Deek, by the way. I didn't introduce myself earlier, but anyway, I've been in marketing for a long time. I moved to Myrtle Beach when I was 21. That was back in 1990. You could do the math because I'm not good at subtraction. And so back then, but even before 1990, before the move, I was always involved in marketing. So I've seen enough over the years of just bad decision, bad advertising, bad marketing plans, campaigns. So I wanted to help the people. So again, in this episode, we're talking about SMART goals for marketing 2007. Now, this is some of the things that I have seen over the years is poor planning. So you have to plan. What is your plan for What is it that you have, by the way? Do you have a product? Do you have a business? Write in the comments below so I can get a feel of, what you're doing, what you need to do. I can try to help you out. And the peers will help you out too. So the first thing, one of the things I do is plan your campaigns. Now, as a disclaimer, I'm not that great at spelling, but I'll do my best, okay? So, some of the campaigns that you want to do is what avenue, these are questions you're going to have to ask yourself. What type of online marketing are you going to do this year, okay? Now, the reason why you ask that question is because questions propel you into an answer, okay? You can sleep on it. You can get the answer a week or a month later, but you got to keep asking yourself those questions. That's what pushes the envelope of mankind. Didn't want to get all philosophical on you, but when you ask the questions, it really leads your life to better decisions when you ask the right questions. Okay, so what was I talking about? What type of online marketing do you plan on doing? Now, I emphasized online marketing because if you're doing billboards and you're doing print advertising, you're wasting your time. I hate to say that, but, there are thousands of businesses out there. I don't know if you're one of them, but if you're spending money on print, and I drive around and I see these billboards for insurance that nobody has time to write or take down the number. They're not supposed to be using their phones to call the people, unless they expect to be in traffic. I don't know. But here's the thing that it's kind of a pet peeve of mine, but they're necessary. I guess billboards are necessary for me, in my opinion, for food, lodging, and gas, for the necessities when you're on the road. However, if you're an insurance person, I know that they're charging at least $650 a month for a billboard, okay? So, and of course they measure the amount of traffic, but you know what? I can care less. And these people, I don't mean to go on a rant. I'm on a rant, dude. I got to stop. But, enough of that. Take that money of offline marketing that you're doing now and put it towards online. What are some of the things that you can do for online marketing, okay? You can do Facebook ads. Now, I like Facebook ads. I've never seen anything like it when it comes to targeting, okay? They can target your audience. I mean, even down to the fact that you're looking for a house. I mean, they really capture all your information. And it's one of the things that somebody said this the other day. They said the price of free is the cost of your identity, your personality, your things online. You can use Facebook for free, but it's going to cost you in your identity. But there's private settings for that and all that mess. I'm not going to get into that. So, do you have a Facebook campaign? That's one thing that you have to ask yourself. Or what about YouTube views? Okay. Now, if I remember correctly, it's for 5 seconds. All right, it's for 5 seconds. I think they were charging, I'm not sure, but it's 15 to 55 a view, depending where it is and what time, depending on different factors. Okay, now you can do that. That's fine. What I've heard and what I've experienced with Bing, you could do Bing ads, pay-per-click. Now I got to tell you, you can really get taken advantage of with pay-per-click. Okay, so you got to be careful. But Bing and Yahoo ads, All right, what else? You can do Pinterest depending on, let's say you have a book. Let's say you have, I don't know, a yoga class and you're taking pictures. So you can do social media like Pinterest. Yeah, I'll get it. Pinterest, LinkedIn. And then you have your photographs that you can send out. This is a good idea for small businesses this year is, taking photographs of your establishment and, doing a meme on that, because you'll get a website link to these high-ranking things like Tumblr. I'm bringing this up because if you want to get ranking in your in the search engines, then you can submit your photographs and link them back to your website through Pinterest and Tumblr and a lot of other picture sites. But anyway, so that's what I meant by bringing it up of the SMART goals. Okay, again, this is very specific. What kind of ads are you going to, what kind of campaigns are you going to do? Facebook, that's specific. How long are you going to run those ads? What are they going to look like? What are your headlines? Oh, by the way, speaking of headlines, if you guys write, share, comment, and like these videos, I will pick somebody randomly after every show, and I will give you 117 headlines. Okay, let me write that down for you in blue. So you don't. I'll give the giveaway of the day. The giveaway of the day is 117 top headlines. These are tested, proven headlines. Okay, you can use this for your ad copy. Since we're talking about advertising campaigns and marketing in 2017, then you might want to be interested in this. Okay, so just comment or share this and like it, become a subscriber, all that good stuff, and I will pick one of you guys. In fact, if you subscribe, it's even a better chance for you to get 117 top headlines. Okay, let me show you something on my PowerPoint. We're talking about goals, and let me show you. All right, so getting back to SMART goals, S equals specific. Say that 3 times fast. I don't want to do it. M is for measurable. A is for agreed upon or achievable. I was always brought up back when I was working for the cable company. My first corporate job, I started out as a CSR. You guys know what that is? It's a customer service rep. I was handling phones. I would take 120 calls a day when the bills came out, okay? It was just crazy. And so that's where I started, answering solving people's problems over the phone with their cable, okay? You wouldn't believe some of the things that they have done. They called up the cable company and said, hey, I got black lines on the top and the bottom of my TV. Well, the picture wasn't formatted for his TV, so we had to guide them through the remote control aspect to get that wider on their screens. Just stupid stuff like that. Is your TV plugged in? Yes or no? They were, hold on, let me check. They look and somebody unplugged the TV. Just simple stuff like this. This is what happens when you start at the bottom and you got to work your way up. Well, within a year, I did become I did get to the marketing department. It was in the pay-per-view department, and man, those are some times and experiences I could tell you about that. So anyway, this is where this all comes from. This is where I started, setting up these goals. Like this is because of corporate America. Anyway, so we talked about measurable. Can you do this? Is it possible? Do you have the funds to do these advertising campaigns, or do you have the means necessary? And what's the timeline? Okay, it has to be not only realistic, but it has to have a time, a deadline. Okay, now this is one of my things that I've done over the years is that, let me switch back here, stand by. One of the things that I've done in the past was I always said in 6 months from now, I will be doing this, okay? Part of that was a commitment. And then, it's funny when you commit to something, how many obstacles get in the way, okay? I'm committing to doing, Facebook and YouTube Live, okay? And I want to do that more often this year coming up. That's something I want to commit to. But, it's funny how life gets in the way and you just don't have it. That invention that's in the back of your mind that you want to do, that program, that book that you want to promote, this is your year. This is the time to win, this is your year. So anyway, you can do that by using SMART goals, friends. Again, the giveaway is 117 top headlines, okay, of the best ad copy from the best writers, okay? Did you know that you can't copyright headlines? Okay, I just want to throw that in there on, a tidbit for you when you're using your ad copy. You can copy it is copyright infringement if everything's word for word for the ad copy. Anyway, we were talking about which campaign are you going to choose, okay? Now, in from my online, just to share a couple campaigns I'll probably be doing. First of all, I want to do contests, okay? I want to start giving the stuff away for free. This is why I'm starting out with 117 headlines, because people need this stuff. And I'm happy to give it away. I got piles and notes and things, everywhere. My notebooks. Do you guys, let me ask you something. Do you guys do a journal? I've been doing journals. I'll do one I'll fill up one every, I'm not going to say quarter, but I would fill them up at least once every 6 months. And so what I plan on doing in the upcoming year to help some people out is I'm going to be sharing these notes. Now, these notes come from hours and years of different things like product funnels. You've probably seen can you see that? The light is pretty strong. But product funnels and things like that, we're going to be doing that and sharing that coming in the next year, because I want you guys to succeed. In order for everybody to be prosperous, they need to know what to do. Okay? And so we're going to be talking about that a lot live. What's my time on this? God bless. I should have been watching the time. All right, so a couple more things. Let's go back to the screen capture and see if I can see anything that I missed here. All right, we're talking about agreed upon. Okay, so what does that mean? That means if you have a manager, if you have somebody that you're accountable to, or maybe it's your partner, okay? Are you agreed to this goal that you're about to have? Now, I thought that was it was all puff. It was just fluff, blowing smoke. It was just blowing smoke on that, okay? For example, I remember my marketing manager, we had a good relationship and everything was good, but, she wanted to be that corporate type, I'm going to make it in a man's world, et cetera, et cetera. So me being a young buck and bucking the system didn't really help. So anyway, make a long story short, I just thought it was smoke when they said, okay, are we going to agree on this? You're going to agree to this goal, right? So, and it's basically signing off, okay, I give you permission to do these goals. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I got out of corporate America, man. I mean, it's good for a time. Any job is good for a time, okay? But in reality, it's time to move on. If you have that entrepreneur spirit, if you have that entrepreneur gift, then you can really do it, make it on your own. But if you're a marketing manager, maybe you're working to help somebody else promote their business. I've been doing that for years with my partners and things. And one of the things that I found is that I was helping promote their business, and I had things behind the scene that I had to do, and you had to have a deadline. You had to have those type of things in place in order for you to achieve. Okay, moving on. I want to ask you these questions. Okay, these are questions from I don't know, life's challenges. Okay, this is just something I pulled out. Something I did. It was probably some webinar I did. And so here's a couple of questions for you. What would your life look like 1 year from now if you had $100,000 for your business? Okay, somebody gave you a Christmas gift of $100,000, and got a question for you. What would you do with it? How would you divide it up? Would you divide it up, 25% going towards marketing and to get your business really jacked off the ground? Or, would you do something else for it? Would you pay off debt? Would you divide it all up? What would you do for your business? Would you buy some tools? Okay, these are things that you could probably be asking yourself coming up. What would your lifestyle be like? Okay, what would you be doing? Would you be doing what you love to do? Okay, now I believe that's, for every entrepreneur, that is the, ecstasy of the dream of being your own boss, being your own business. Okay, but you do have to be accountable, obviously, to your customers, your clients. You're always going to be accountable to somebody. Okay, so what would your lifestyle be? Would you be doing, your weekends off? Would you be doing 4-day work weeks? I got to tell you, I've done that. I've been in a business. When I was in the cable business, I was a contractor, so I put it on the poles and I put it underground. In fact, if you go to cable, forget it. I'll have to send you the link because I forgot it. It's been a long time. But I do have a cable TV installation course on Udemy. Okay, if you go over to Udemy and look up cable TV installation course, you'll find my course if you want to know how to install cable. Okay, I've been on both sides of the fence. I've been in the corporate world and I've been in the other world, outside making money. Okay, so what would your lifestyle be now? Owning your own business and having your business take care of itself. I remember just looking forward to having 3-day weekends. Friday, 4-day weekends, Friday and Monday off. I mean, those were pretty cool. Okay, how does it make you feel? I like that. I like asking people that question. How does it make you feel? Because that's really what you're going to act on is your emotions. Does it make you feel good if you had $100,000 basically in the account? That's $100,000 profit. Would you create more products? Would you double an increase in sales? What would you do? All right. Here's another question. What if you were debt-free in 90 days? What would you do knowing that you were debt-free? Okay? So let's visualize this. It's 90 days from now. Okay, this is New Year's Eve, 2016, going into 2017. And what would you do between now and 90 days for you to be debt-free? Now, I don't know what your debt is. It could be for the car. It could be for the car in the house. It could be for 2 cars, maxed out credit cards, whatever. But what are you going to do? Some people that I've looked up to over the years, in fact, this guy, Grant Cardone, I'm going to do a shout out to Grant because I got to know him online, not virtually, okay? Didn't meet him face to face, but his content and his step-by-step process on how to get a control of your money, how to commit. That was one of the things I got from him. It's time to commit again. I used to do it before. And when you go into a year, I used to do this, and I don't know if you guys have, write in the comments if you have done this, but I used to be able to, say, did I say this already, the 6-month thing? I think I said that before, but I'm going to repeat it. Every 6 months, I said I was going to be here financially. I was going to have a different lifestyle. I was going to have all this stuff, but what happened was life got in the way. And when you're dealing with partnerships, it's very tricky. I've got another set of series of partnerships in my channel. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel at Get a Clue 777, you'll be able to see that video. Anyway, so this is kind of the same thing, similar, but it's in 90 days. What would you do in 90 days? Okay, what is it going to take for you to pay off that car? Okay, I don't know what your car payment is. Let's say it's $250 a month. And let's say you can pay, $750 a month. What would you have to do to make $750 extra a month? Can you do it part-time? Well, I got to tell you, I've done it. I've done it periodically, and I've really done it out there, as a contractor. But online, it's so much easier. Okay. Somebody said to me one time, this will be the easiest money that you'll ever make. And, not to brag or boast, but, it's really true. There are people, listen to this, there are people actually paying and trading costumes on a virtual game. I forgot the name of it, but it's like Sim City, okay? But you're live and interactive with other people from around the world. And you actually pay $50 for this really cool outfit, It's just crazy. And if you need a weapon, you'll buy a weapon. It's just, I don't know. It's a virtual online alter ego type of game. But this, if you can do that, if you can sell plots of land on the moon, which is what one guy did in England. I think it was England, man. He got locked up for selling plots of land that he doesn't even own. He gave him a certificate. He said, here, you just own part of the moon. And these people were so gullible, I couldn't believe it. They paid like anywhere from $25,000 to $50,000 for a plot on the moon that he didn't even own. Oh my gosh. All right. Getting back to the questions I wanted to ask you. What will your life look like 1 year from now? Excuse me. 1 year from now if you keep doing what you're doing. Excuse me. I got this raspberry carbonated thing. Anywho, sorry about that. Blooper. Add that to the blooper reel. Okay. All right. Question again was, what will your life look like 1 year from now if you keep doing what you're doing, getting the same results? I've always heard if you're going to keep doing that, then don't try anything different. But if you're going to try something different, go all the way and try something different. If you're not getting the results, I mean, come on, man. One of the things that says if you are distracted getting lots of information, try doing it on your own, okay? Like most times. Okay, I don't know what I wrote there. Just skip over that. So we were asking you what your life is going to look like 1 year from now if you were disciplined, if you had more consistency. I'm basically telling this to myself because I've got to do it too. We all have to do it. I don't care what business that you're in. Anyway, by the way, I'm giving away 117 top-rated headlines for your ad copy. If you can write, share, leave a comment, leave a question if you want, and like and subscribe. If you can do all those things, I'll definitely give you 117 top headlines, okay? So where was I? This is David D, by the way, from the Get a Clue Marketing Show. I know some other people are tuning in, and I just wanted to get that out there. But let's see. Moving right along, I wanted to see if there's any other questions. Something that you're going to, probably need. So getting back to SMART goals again, man. Do you see how I go on these rabbit trails? What's your plans for your ad campaigns? Are you going to be on Facebook, YouTube? You're going to use pay-per-click. There's solo ads. What that means is these people have a list of subscribers. Some of them are loyal. Some of them are they're not. And but you can buy solo ads. You can buy 100 subscribers to be exposed to for like $40. Okay, and this is what they mean by clicks. When somebody clicks, they actually open up their email. Now it could mean that they clicked all the way through to the website, or they just opened up the email. I think that's how they count clicks. But you can buy, I think the going rate is for every 100 clicks is like $40. So, it's like 4 cents a click. So anyway, look, I ran long. I just wanted to wish you guys, I was going to say a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, but Happy New Year. And this is David D again. And if you like my stuff, subscribe, because I'm going to be talking more about marketing and how to get your business, your product up. Send me your questions. Let's get connected. You can follow me on Twitter too, over at, just type in Twitter at GetAClue777. You can go over to my website over here. You can see it. And like, share, comment, help me out, and I'll give you 117 top headlines, okay? Anyway, this is David D. Thanks again for watching, and signing off for tomorrow.